Okay, we've got assignment PJ04, the tube mount. We'll get started here. So first, you should set your, make sure everything's in inches. So we're in inches, we're good. And we'll come up to the material here, edit material. So that was right-click, edit material. And then we need to scroll down to find zinc alloys and click on zinc AC41A alloy. It'll be the first one just as cast. And then hit apply and hit close. So that's the very first step. You set your dimensions in inches and you set your material to that zinc alloy. And then you'll get started here. You'll select the front plane and an extruded base. We'll just kind of sketch this real quick. Let's see what we come up with here. Okay. You want this and this to be collinear, and we don't show the top plane, but we should show it because we want this and this to be collinear as well. Next is our dimensions. So we know this one is 5.375. We know this one is 5.375. It's getting a little funny looking, so we know this one is 3. And we know this one is 375. Let's see what else is there. This one right here is 1.75. And finally, this one right here is 1.25. So now everything is constrained and everything should have turned black. And you can just hit the check at the top right and you'll start extruding. I like to use the direction as mid-plane, and then our extrusion should be 5 inches wide. Okay, so that's how the shape looks now. We can get rid of the planes, so hide all of them. And I like to do, oh, you know, we skipped a step here. So go back into this view and get back into your boss, your sketch for your boss, and say edit sketch. And there's a fillet. So click on fillet right here, sketch fillet. And you want to click on this corner over here. And that should have been, it says rounds and fillets are radius half. So it should be half. And then hit sketch, and there's our new fillet there. So if we hit the check, it'll show it now. So that's with the fix. And then we will go ahead and fillet these edges here and here, also to 1/2 inch. And then, so we got a couple of cuts to take before Well, we can do the whole. It's not a problem. Your order of operations, it doesn't really matter so much on this part. Sometimes it matters your order of operations, but here it doesn't matter so much. So we can start with the whole. It's okay, and just draw it anywhere. We want it to be collinear with the front plane, so select on the point and add relation and select your front plane, say coincident, and so that'll be nice in the middle. I mean, the dimensions show it as 2.5 over, but because the part is 5 wide, it's sitting in the middle anyways, so you don't have to, you can just do that coincident, and that's all you need to do. And then from the top, it's 2 down. And then your diameter should be 2. And that's it. It went black, so it's fully constrained. You can hit the check. And you should be doing it up to next. And hit the check. And there's our hole. And then, so that's that step. If you come to the front view here, hide this, okay. Why is this showing the sketch? I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Okay. So click on here. We're going to do an extruded cut. And you just don't get it to snap to that. Just have it just anywhere. Vertical, horizontal. Come to the dotted line right there. Come over, and it should close in, or you know, there shouldn't be any red warnings or anything come up. So you want to smart dimension the bottom edge to the top of this right here. And this is 375. The width of this should be kind of hard to read that. I think it's 2.3, but I mean, I can't read it real well. You just have to confirm. It could be 2.3, it could be 2.5. Maybe we'll roll with 2.5. 2.5. Okay, escape. And you want a relation here. Find your midpoint. So when you hover over the line, and you'll sit there on it for a second, and midpoint will come up. And you want to hit add relation. Oh, it didn't capture that. So your midpoint and your front plane, you want coincident, so it centers in the middle. And then the top line is arbitrary. It doesn't matter so much. I just like to keep it on the outside so it takes a full cut. And then you just hit the check. And that's too much material, so we're going to do up to next. So it'll only take that little piece out. Hit the check. And there's that one done. And last but not least, we'll do the last cut here. Again, some arbitrary thing there, like so. And then from that line to the edge is supposed to be 125. Your width is, width is 3, so we were actually pretty close. And then that should be it. Yeah, this doesn't matter so much. Oh, the location of it. So you'll want to do add relation, come over here and find your midpoint, and snap it to the top plane. Coincident. And there. Now it's centered on the part. And from the looks of this, I believe this cuts all the way through your part. So you will just do up to next, and that'll make it cut through the part here, and hit the check. There is one thing that I have to confirm. There's a dimension that it's telling me here. So I want to go back into edit and see what it means by this dimension. So the edge of this and the width of that. Okay, so it says according, let's make that dimension driven since we snapped it to the front plane. The dimension's a 1 inch. So that leg right there should be 1 inch wide. We got lucky this time that it worked out exactly, but sometimes that number could be larger or smaller. So I would have said to put in that number first before snapping it to the front plane. I like to center everything, so that's most likely what they did is they centered everything, and that's just a reference to tell you that what you did is correct. So just hit the checkbox and get back out of that, and there's your part. I believe that's everything left on that part. Let's verify everything. See if we missed anything. Don't think so. Okay, so the next step to get your mass and volume, if you go up here to the menu, hit evaluate and mass properties. At this point, you should have a mass of 13.85 pounds and a volume of 57.2 cubic inches. And this was all you need to find out for this project assignment.